I'm not sure where to look. My camera's not over there today. It's a mess in here. Hey, welcome to Two Scoops Morning News with Dan and Craig. I am the first one of those things.
I am the second of those things, and my camera is right there.
Nice.
You're watching Two Scoops Morning News with Dan and Craig, your sunrise reminder that things could get worse, so laugh at them while you still can.
So, Craig, first off, thank you.
Yay!
Craig, I asked you a couple weeks ago if you had looked into this Balenciaga stuff, and then we went back and forth of me telling you to look into this Balenciaga stuff, and then I finally said it's basically Pizzagate 2.0, and then you're like, oh, I should look into this Balenciaga stuff. How much digging did you do into the Balenciaga stuff, and how familiar are you with this company that allegedly is, I don't know, selling children?
I did a brief dive into it. I didn't do no deep dive just yet. I haven't had time to. As soon as I started looking into it, I'm like, oh, this is gonna take some effort.
Yeah.
This is gonna take some digging.
Yep.
And so I read some of the basics and like the Wikipedia of Balenciaga, like the overview section. I didn't get into like the who the main characters are or the
Yeah.
background and the history of it, but I did read the overview section on Balenciaga's pedophile Wikipedia page.
Yeah. I have not dug as deeply as I would like to either. Not that I really want to, which is probably the reason that I haven't, but I've seen
That's
enough.
why you realized it took you like 2 years to do a Pizzagate episode too, and that finally I was like, "We gotta do this." You're like,
Right.
"No, that's gross." And I'm like, "But no, we do." And then
Yeah.
things started getting banned for it. So I'm glad we did it when we did, actually.
Yeah. And Pizzagate is obviously definitely not real, as we all know.
Been
YouTube.
debunked long
Completely
time
debunked right-wing conspiracy theory. Ridiculous.
right.
I would never believe a crazy right-wing conspiracy theory, no matter how many of them keep coming true. But this stuff, we're not going to talk too deeply on it. But the very basic background is that this company, Balenciaga, that none of us knew about because it was only for the wealthy elites before, and now we know why, perhaps. That makes tacky designer fashion clothing, mostly black garbage bags, it seems like, with their name on it, that fancy people wear when they have run out of, I don't know, skin suits to wear. Like, what in the fashion world, what gets you to the point where you're wearing these ugly costumes and calling it fashion? I'm not going to pretend like I know anything about fashion, but
Well, it's
I
like
don't get it.
when you get so much money and you buy everything on the shelves and they're like, "I want more." You get these, like, designers that are like, "You know what the richest people are wearing." And it's just marketing.
Children.
Well, there's children, but first there's trash bags,
Right.
and then there's children, and then there's children in
In
trash
trash
bags.
bags. Yep, got it. Anyway, yeah, so you saw the document that was in the photo shoot, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Like, for all the gross stuff in the images, like the images are of like kids holding teddy bears with bondage gear, and there's like bondage gear around, and some of the children are like face down on the couch and stuff like that. Really uncomfortable stuff, and by uncomfortable I mean pedophilic imagery.
Well,
And
just the
it
fact
wouldn't
that
be. Go ahead.
just the fact little kids are holding teddy bears and bondage stuff, doesn't matter what positions the kids are, even if it's just standing there
Yeah.
and with a blank background, holding a teddy bear with, like, a dildo on. Um,
It's
that
y did
or
any of the teddy bears have dildos on?
I don't know. I
It
assume they
wouldn't
had.
surprise me, but I don't think they did. But all of that, like, even if you could look past all of that somehow, in one of the images, there's this picture of a document that is for a court case that is pushing for the legalization of digital child pornography on the internet. That just happens to be in there. Just snuck
Yeah.
itself into this photo shoot.
Now that's just be the photographer was just ruffling through trying to get some. I mean, there are those photographers that are like, looking around, this would look good here, throw a couple papers,
Stop it.
throw
Yeah.
And then there's the type of photographer that very deliberately places things in their photograph for symbolism and to make a point.
And
Now,
if you were just rifling around through papers and you just had one paper that happened to be noticeable in the entire photo shoot, and it just happens to be a court
I was
case
gonna say
document.
I was gonna say, in both of those circumstances, this is really fucking weird because why
Yes.
do you have that court
Right.
document just sitting on your desk in the first place? So
Exactly.
either one of those, and now they can give whatever excuse they want. Well, we just threw some papers that were sitting. Why did you have this court document on your desk in the first place?
Yeah.
Um,
I
this
mean, that's enough.
photographer, it's not even the photographer, I guess. It was the designer is what I'm led to believe. Because photographers just take pictures of what they're told to take pictures
No,
of.
I think everyone
Oh,
is implicit here.
so probably.
I'm guessing the designer had a lot to do with it, and the photographer was very aware of what was being placed in their very specific photo shoot that they were taking. But
I'm just saying it can't all fall on the photographer. Like
yeah,
they threw
Balenciaga
this guy,
tried. Yeah, they
threw
tried
this
to
guy,
completely
and
blame the photographer.
Balenciaga's like, "We're sorry, we didn't mean to have children in this photograph.
Whoops, they just slipped right in there.
We accidentally like did a child run
Get
through?" And
out of
like,
here,
"Oh,
kid.
hey there." It's-
And then the next photo, they're like, "Get out of here, kid! What are you doing?" Snap, 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 snap. All right,
Now,
those pesky kids just sneaking onto our sets. Anyway,
Now, that's one of the things that pissed me off the most about the Kanye West Alex Jones interview was when he was like um ap- apologetic for Balenciaga. He was like sticking up for them. He's like,
yeah.
I'm friends with I'm in the fashion world. I'm friends with that designer and that was a hit piece. It's like, no, it wasn't. Like, that
Uh,
actually happened. He's like and then he starts, like, making these excuses, like, "People are aborting babies and, watching porn, and you're gonna get pissed off over this?
you're
Shut
gonna
the
get
hell up."
you're gonna get pissed off about people, sexualizing children. What is wrong with you? While other people are looking at porn, you're getting mad that children are being sexual. Yes, yes,
Yes,
these, of course. And if you're getting mad about porn, why aren't you getting mad about children in somewhat pornographic situations, or at least pushing for that? Anyway, we're definitely not here to talk about Kanye West. That'll be Wednesday, and I'm sure you talked about him last night.
I did
So
very extensively.
yeah, we're here to talk about what's even worse than Kanye West. People with even worse opinions than Kanye's love for certain individuals. It's The View, because they're the worst among us, as we know.
I'd rather hear Kanye rant about this than The View.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is the full video clip that I meant to grab here. But let's get this.
So, fashion house Balenciaga, a very, posh, is under fire for a controversial fetish-themed ad campaign featuring child models, okay? Balenciaga
Okay.
blames the production company for the ads. They have a kid posing with S&M stuff.
Full stop. You should sound more troubled when you're saying
I
this.
know. She's just
Um,
like, that's
Yeah, just fashion and kids posing with sexual things and stuff.
her body
Whatever.
language. All of her body language and everything is just like posh clothing and BDSM and
It's just
child
like, this is
actors.
stupid. Her demeanor is like, this is stupid, and
What?
this is conspiracy theory, basically. And
Yes.
now, do you think she'll find a way to tie Trump into all of this?
Well, obviously, I mean, everything goes back to Trump. Everything's Trump's fault.
Yeah.
Thing.
What method do you think she'll use to
All
do the
these
obvious?
Trump inspired all these right-wing conspiracy theorists, and now they're looking under every crack and nook and cranny to find the child pornography conspiracy.
Every crook and nanny?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. Nope.
No, it's
But the
better.
set designer says Balenciaga executives were on the set. They knew what was happening. Are they taking a page from Trump's notebook and say, I didn't know nothing. I know nothing. I say nothing.
What?
So she has to tie it to Trump, and her way of tying it to Trump is these people are playing dumb. And that's a lot like what Trump does. Trump plays dumb. So Trump. It's right out the gate. Trump is also somebody who lies. So are they taking notes from Trump on this?
I mean, this is probably the first time I agree with the view. Yes, Trump is dumb and he lies.
Yeah.
So, yes. So,
But to say that this is taking a page out of Trump's playbook, like there's lots of people that lie. There's lots of people that I don't know, molest and traffic children. What does that have to do with Trump? Like the issue here isn't so much that they lied, it's that they did it.
yes.
That's the problem.
Right.
What's going on
I
here?
found this ad campaign particularly distasteful in this moment. So there's growing anti-LGBTQ sentiment right now, and how it's being framed is as portraying, trans people as groomers. This is a term you'll hear on the far right.
Okay.
They're groomers.
Pause.
Yep.
Now, how? Now,
There's
first
gonna be a pause like every 5 seconds that these stupid people speak.
first we shifted to Trump, and then immediately we shifted to like the hate for LGBTQ.
Yeah.
How are we doing this? Like, how are we jumping through all the like MSNBC talking points
Yes.
while trying to discuss
It's
this?
like we're going through the script and then we get to the child trafficking part and we're just like, oh wait, jump to the next one. What's next here? Trump, LGBTQ, what else we got? Oh, it's distasteful. It's distasteful because, as she's saying, this is distasteful because it's playing into right-wing conspiracy theory talk that is being anti-LGBTQ.
Yes, I mean, we already have people calling the LGBTQ groomers, so this is distasteful.
I
this
don't
is
understand
not
what this photo shoot has to do with LGBTQ anything.
because of groomers, and now this is like,
Is she calling LGBTQ people groomers?
well, people not we, but people like us already call them groomers, and now this is distasteful in a way
So
that
if somebody is
almost
grooming children, then it is anti-LGBTQ to point that out or to do it. I'm confused.
I don't. Keep watching.
This is where you get the anti-drag queen stuff that we're
Right.
seeing. So Balenciaga played right into their hands by having kids in a sexualized manner carrying something that represents, sex acts. I think it was a really bad misstep at a moment where it's just kind of a dangerous time to even give credence to those kind of insane takes.
So the issue is that we're giving credence to conspiracy theories about groomers.
Yes. First they lied, which is very Trump-esque, and
Yeah.
then we're playing right into the hand of the right-wing conspiracy theorists that call LGBT.
Balenciaga really messed up by giving these right-wing conspiracy theorists something to latch onto by sexualizing children. Like, the problem isn't the sexualizing. It's the fact that some MAGA Trump supporters now have a little bit more fuel for their fire. That's my biggest concern, personally. It's distasteful because of that. It's just distasteful only because of Trump.
Are they concerned at all about the children in this video, or is it just about the optics of?
Well, we're a minute and 8 seconds into a very troubling story, and this is what they've come up with. So we'll see.
I mean, we can't even show the picture because it's so distasteful. But what's also very
Distasteful.
distasteful is like Balenciaga lately. I mean, their stuff is just ugly. I mean, the bag that their little girl is holding is ugly. Do you remember when Kim K was dressed in Balenciaga for the
loves it.
Met Gala? Like,
So now the issue is that their fashion isn't good.
It's ugly. Some of those women have wanted to wear Balenciaga, if not have worn it. What is that?
It's Kim Kardashian dressed
Is it?
as, I don't know, is that considered blackface?
There's got to be something with the black mask, because this is exactly what Kanye wore
Yeah.
on the Alex Jones show. There's got to be some symbolism with the black mask. We need to find that out. Like,
Yes.
like what's with the blank black face? It's not even, I wouldn't even call it a mask. It's like a sock over your head. There's
Yes.
there's no facial features or anything. And that is hideous,
It's a
by
little
the way.
dehumanizing, really. And
Little.
yeah, when children are being groomed and sexualized on public display, my biggest concern is, won't somebody think about the drag queens?
Right, mine as well. Like, what if the right wing conspiracy theorists like start pushing more for this whole groomer theory? Now, I got to thinking, is this outfit or whatever she's wearing, or the whole black mask, the all black thing, is this kind of like a point? I mean, this is me stretching, but like a nod to the weird leather sex suits that are all like black with like the black face, and there's like the zipper mouth and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Gimp shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess there's a word for it.
Well, I think the origin of that comes from like Pulp Fiction or something. I could be wrong. Gimp, whatever. I don't know where these terms come from or whatever. But I have heard people refer to Kanye's thing as like gimp
Oh,
attire, and it's like the sign of slavery of being a sex slave or whatever. So I don't know. But we're only a minute and a half into this. Let's keep going.
Look at that. Oh, she looked like a bat or something. I mean, so they are, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if their intent is to be subversive and draw attention to the issues, or are they just making ugly things?
What I don't understand is
She even there, she's acting like they're doing the world a service in showing these kids in these positions because I don't know if they're just trying to draw attention. It's like Cuties on Netflix, where it's like, well,
oh,
we're
yeah.
against the sexualizing of children, and to prove that, we're going to sexualize children and sell it to Netflix.
Yeah, we're gonna sexualize children to show you how bad it actually is.
Right now,
And
you
so,
understand.
yes, but the only people that would ever watch that are the people that want to draw attention to the issue, not like
Right.
weird, creepy pedo guys or girls that just want to turn on Netflix and watch kids dance around in practically nothing. That would never happen.
They're basically making Balenciaga out to be the victim here, other than the fact that they make bad fashion. So they are responsible for one atrocity, and the police should come after them for it. The fashion
I mean,
police should come after
that's,
them for their
they did say it's distasteful 3 times
yeah,
already. So
because it's
it's
distasteful, because it's
yeah.
ugly.
They can how they can sue somebody when they designed a bag for their holiday season. The bag is shaped like a teddy bear wearing bondage gear. Now, it takes
And it's
hundreds of
very
people.
ugly.
It takes hundreds of people in a fashion house like Balenciaga to approve a design, to approve an ad campaign. So I'm sorry, you guys. I know you're trying to cover your ass, but you got bigger problems than. You got to look inside your house because you've got people who are not doing their job well and who have no damn common sense.
And anyone
No,
who's
no, no. It's not that they're not doing their job well.
They're
It's
doing
that
their
they're
job perfectly. Their
job
job is just satanic.
doing their job exactly how they intended to, but somebody other than those rich, posh people happened to see the ad that wasn't supposed to see it.
Right.
Now, yeah, the people that didn't do their job well was the people that leaked that to us, general population down here, that wouldn't understand the kind of designs that they're dealing with up at
Yeah.
that level.
Yeah, and I like how this gets the biggest applause because this is the most hard-hitting commentary they've given in the last 2 minutes and 17 seconds of, you need to get your house in order because you guys you don't have common sense. Applause. Yay. Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't have common sense. Wow, that's
That's
yep,
that's it. That's
that's it.
the one right there. It's
Yep.
just like those hundreds of people, what were they thinking? It's like, no, they knew what they were doing, lady. It wasn't like those hundreds. It's just like, oh, we just didn't even see how this could be problematic. It just didn't even cross our mind. We don't think like that. So how would we have thought that this would possibly sexualize kids? It's just lack
Yeah.
of oversight on all their parts. Just distasteful and
What were
uh,
they thinking?
yes,
Whoopsies. No common sense. Tim Brown says, hell is an IMAX that only plays The View. Yes.
I agree.
And welcome to it. We're like the training wheels for hell. That's what this show is. Just getting you ready for the things to come, Tim.
In a company, it doesn't take a fashion house. Any company you work in, we all complain of bureaucracy and how many nets and loops and how many eyeballs and lawyers and standards have to look at every single thing. There is no world in which that was not seen on the front end, on the set, seen to approve the pictures.
They like the
seen
ugly
to, yes.
stuff.
So
It's like been happening over
See
and over.
that? She almost made a point there.
Yeah. And then the other lady cut her off.
She cut her. Yeah, she's like, no, they're responsible for the atrocities that they are carrying out. Everybody knows that. This is not a secret. Yeah, I know. And they're making really ugly fashion, aren't they?
It's just that they like really ugly stuff. That's the only thing, is that's all they're guilty of, is ugly stuff.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, and I get accused of like, I've been accused of running cover for people like Nick Fuentes or whatever when I make jokes about him while he's trending on Twitter, and I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. I'm just making jokes about a fucking dork, and they're like, well, you should be condemned, whatever. These people are, so I don't like to say this, but these people are legitimately doing that. They're running cover for this story. They're completely whitewashing the whole thing as, oh, this is just bad for business, bad for anti-Trump supporters, bad for LGBTQ people. This is just bad for everybody except for the children. We haven't really addressed that at all.
When did the children come into play in this clip here?
Well, we've got less than a minute left. Let's see if they actually address it.
They had a garbage bag shaped like a trash bag, and it was $1,790.
were they the potato chip bag too?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I think
They're the
it was
ones
a
that-
Frito-Lay bag. Nothing
Don't you
against
remember
Frito-Lay.
what's her name? Kim Kardashian was wrapped in crime tape that said Balenciaga from head to toe.
Oh, I don't remember
It must
that
have hurt to take off.
Maybe we're getting punked.
I think
maybe
they're
it's all this
trolling us.
campaign
Is
for
it
us to
is
say
it a subversive
yes.
campaign?
Now they're just shouting over each other about how ugly their stuff is.
Well, you notice they got Blondie back on track here, because
Right.
he's like, oh, the potato chip bag. I remember what I was supposed to
her
say.
MK Ultra started wearing off, and then Sonny Houston was like, said the white rabbit or something. And she's like, oh yeah, the potato chip bag. That's what we should be focusing on, not the child exploitation.
For the record, Kim Kardashian, who was the ambassador for this brand, is reevaluating her relationship with Balenciaga.
Yeah.
Okay, so just saying.
Oh, and I have.
And here we have a note. Go ahead.
Balenciaga has apologized and is taking legal action against
their
the production
clothes?
company North Six and set designer Nicholas Desjardins. An agent for Desjardins said,
She's a great reader. Now,
That's a nice face to pause on.
Yes. Oh, now what's her name? Joy Behar?
Yes.
Is that the white lady? Yeah, her pointing out. Yeah, and Kim Kardashian is reevaluating the situation. That was Kim's statement. I apologize for basically nothing. I apologize for not condemning this, but I'm reevaluating my standing with this company.
Okay.
We're having a private conversation, and we're going to discuss how we're going to move forward. In other words, I'm negotiating my contract deal, and if they don't pay me a shit ton of money, I'm going to condemn child pornography.
Yes. And on the flip side, when these biddies get wind that somebody on the other side of the aisle has any kind of contact with something that's the least bit subversive, like say Donald Trump happened to bump shoulders with Nick Fuentes at a dinner party. Now, is there like any well, Trump is reevaluating his relationship with Nick Fuentes as we speak. So that's fine. That's cool. That's all well and good. Or is it like Donald Trump is connected to the worst human in the face of history, so obviously he's a white supremacist. Now,
Yeah.
by the same token, can we say, because based on how they deal with Trump issues and the Nick Fuentes and Kanye West shit, can we say, well, obviously Kim Kardashian is into pedophilia too, because she is directly connected to Balenciaga? Can we say that, or do we have to just say, well, Kim Kardashian is reevaluating her relationship with Balenciaga right now?
The fact that she's reevaluating her relationship with Balenciaga right now is worse to me than her saying nothing. Like, if you're
Patrick.
going to say anything, you come out and you say what is happening, and then you separate yourself from
Yeah.
the people in the situation, in my opinion. And if you're reevaluating, again, that just means you're trying to milk them for more money to convince you to stay, because it's bad for her reputation to stay, but they have enough money that they could make that badness of her reputation hurt a little bit less. If
Right.
And so she's got a lot of negotiating power in this relationship right now to be like, hey, a lot of these people are jumping ship. What are you gonna give me?
Are you
Patrick
gonna-
says, when Dan makes fun of your reading skills, they must be truly bad. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
It's true.
it was really hard for you to read that statement from Patrick.
Patrick says, when Dan makes fun. All right. We're almost done with this.
Everyone from Balenciaga was on the shoot and was present on every shot and worked on the edit of every image in post-production, adding that he is being used as a scapegoat and is hiring a legal team. North 6 has declined to comment on the allegation.
So he worked on all of this. He had everything to do with everything, and he's the victim.
Yes, I thought they were throwing him under the bus, and then they threw in the word
Nope.
scapegoat, and I was like, oh, they're doing the opposite, but they're doing all the things you would do when you throw somebody under the bus, but then tagging on the tagline scapegoat, so that makes it better. And he's hired a legal team. Well, what's he hired a legal team for? Like, who's he suing? Is he suing Balenciaga for throwing him under the bus, or is he suing all the people that pointed out, hey, this thing that you had everything to do with kind of looks like this thing? And he's like, I'm going to sue you for that because it's clearly not that thing. You're just not looking at it right.
Get your mind out of the gutter, sir. What is
Yeah, I'm
wrong with you? You look at
I'm
these
surprised-
wholesome images and come to any conclusion other than, hey, I want to buy a $15,000 bag.
Right. I'm
on.
surprised they didn't go there. Like, all these right-wing conspiracy theorists, all they're ever doing is searching for pedophilia under every rock. What does that say about their minds if they think they can just look at such an innocent picture of teddy bears and think of child sex slavery? Like, these right-wing conspiracy theorists, that's all they see is child porn. So
It is all we see, because that's all you keep putting out.
maybe we should evaluate what they're doing on their off time and leave Balenciaga out of this. Yeah, I'm surprised they don't go that route on it.
I mean, they went as far in that direction as they could. Yes, Kayla, I do really wear my robe during these because it's a morning show. Shut up.
It's like Hugh Hefner. You kind of like it's your
I need a staff or something. I don't know. But yeah, these I don't know. So the conclusion here is that because they exploited children, we should really be focusing on how it's Donald Trump's fault because he lies and he's a bad example to the
Right.
world by lying. It is what were the other things?
It's
They're tacky
Facebook.
designers these
Mhm.
days, and they really need to get their house in order because they're ugly.
Stop making such distasteful clothing.
Oh, and the
direct
drag
sex.
queen story hours. We need to feel sympathetic to them, obviously, because this is going to make their job harder in grooming children, because people are going to come out and start calling them groomers.
Mercer Co. News says, "Hi Hefner." Yeah. Hi Hefner. Are you hi Hefner?
No.
With a straight face or a suspicious face? I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Well,
Anyways.
we're past our time. Got
We
any
are.
final thoughts?
Yeah. We just need to. When we expose this shit, we really need to think about the drag queens and how we're.
WWDQD.
We need to think about how our actions here and our accusations affect the drag queens, because that's what matters. And
Yes.
Donald Trump lies.
And also Hugh Derp.
Indeed, Hugh Derp.
All right. Well, Craig, where can people find you and all the stupid things that you pretend to do whenever you do them?
The things that I pretend to do whenever I do them can be found at the Break the Bell podcast, which you can find all the links to all the things that I do at my website, breakthebellpod.com, or all over social media at our handle, which is at Break the Bell Pod. That's a lot of ats and a lot of Break the Bell Pods. Do it. Go check it out. Last night, we talked about Kanye West and all the shit that he's got himself into. Yeah, yes, that guy there. And all the things and all the shit that he's got himself into these days, and the potential of MK Ultra and fun times. So, yeah,
Yes.
check that out.
Yes. And you can find me at the systemisdown.tv or at TSIDpod on Twitter, where I get the most spicy. And we will be doing an episode tomorrow. I don't know with who. It might be with nobody. I'm not sure yet. But we'll probably be talking about a lot of similar things. We'll be covering all the news. And a lot of the news lately is Kanye West and his Nazi tirades. And I don't use the word Nazi lightly, as I'm sure we all know by this point. Also, I got an image flagged on Instagram. You saw the image of the candy bar Kanye thing, where the little Tim Pool one and the big Kanye one on Alex Jones?
I'm confused as to why that got flagged.
Me too. That's it's violence.
Kanye, and you're taking it as a bite of a candy bar.
Yes. So follow me on Instagram at TSIDpod for more violence like this, and on Twitter for actual violence that I spread at TSIDpod.
Maybe it's because you were calling for the biting of Kanye West. I mean, maybe
That must be it.
Pretty violent.
That's the most violent thing I can come up with. But this has been 2 Scoops.
This has been 2 Scoops Morning News every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 a.m. Central or whenever we feel like it. Until next time, hang in there, America.